All right. Hey, this is our fourth session of our 3-man sprint. And at the end of last week, I did make a mistake. I killed the Saracen a little bit too early. He does have one chit left, and indeed the rules are explicit in saying once all of your chits are wounded or employed in magic, then you're dead. So his one magic chit will indeed save him from dying from the terrible wail of the winged demon. But here's the problem. He does have 2 chits left. You might say, what do you mean he has 2 chits left? Well, he's got boots and he's got gloves right here. And those don't go away. Those do not wound. Those belong to the items themselves. And so he can still play his fight L2 and his move M3. His alchemist mixture is the only weapon he has that can actually do anything against the tremendous demon. The scimitar can no longer generate the damage. Even on this side, it'll generate L star star, which is heavy damage. He was relying on these medium fight chits to generate enough damage to drive this through the demon's thick hide. But now the alchemist mixture, he pops the cork on the mixture and hopefully almost killed. He is going to burn the demon away with the alchemist mixture. Now, so we're just going to play like this. So we will give him a shot because we did it at the end of the day, the 7th day. So you might as well at least give him a shot. This might be worse for him, by the way. I mean, if you look at his situation, he will literally have wounded every chit that he has. So you are looking at 2, 4, 6, 10, 14, 18, 24, 25, 26, 27 or so phases to get him back all the way into fighting shape. We're not going to take that many phases. Heck, there's only 28 phases left in the week. So we'll see if he wins this fight. We'll see if we can get him back into some shape to score some points before the end of the game. We'll see in a minute. First, he's got to win this fight. Now, the alchemist mixture will do medium star damage. So that's good damage. That is actually tremendous plus damage, and that's going to kill the winged demon. But he has to roll in the dreaded missile table. So only a 4 or less will kill the demon. The demon has to hit him. He cannot undercut him because of his boots. If he hits, well, he's going to power the pitum, and he will flip. In which case, the demon becomes very difficult to hit. But the missile will hit first still. So we still have a shot. So let's see how this goes. We are looking to not intercept. We're looking for that demon to move off of that top slot. He does. He goes down to the second slot. Now it pretty much comes down to a missile roll. We need a 4, 3, 2, or a 1 to kill the tremendous demon. And we get a 4. So the Saracen does indeed win. Kills the demon, so doesn't lose his treasures. That's good. That's a point that he keeps. Doesn't lose his goods. That's good because, well, he sort of needs these at this point. Doesn't lose his horse. He does burn the alchemist mixture. That goes to the warlock. And we will flip that card and move it to the warlock. So thanks, East Paladin, for pointing that out. We'll just put that here. Just assume it's active, frankly. These will be inactive, but assume everything is... I mean, the extra higher won't do him any good, but assume it's active. So he will win that, and he will get 8 points for 14 prowess. Not enough to actually do anything. Again, we're not scoring any points yet. But that's it. That's where we end the week. So we do have 3 cards to pull, 3 events to pull. The Goblin Bounty is done. Goblin Bounty is done. So we will toss the Goblin Bounty. The Rift's still there. Banditry, still there, surprisingly. Let's draw 3 more cards. We get a Dwarf to hire. We get the Miner in the Caves. And we get the King's Soldiers for 1 week only. Turn over a weapon or any piece of armor, kill Bashkar, Lancer, Rogue, or Woodfolk, donate a large treasure, may score multiple VP. So you have to turn it in to the house. So let's pull the Miner. Pull the Miner out, and let's roll what cave clearing he's going to. He's going to Cave 6. Let's drag Cave 6. So that's where we end up. You could turn crap in at the house. And of course, that's only going to benefit the darn captain. And I think, to be honest with you, that's going to end the game, pretty much. Because if I'm the captain, I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. Well, we should keep this in mind. So we have to be a little bit careful. So, we might be a point down, actually, as the captain. Yeah, we're not going to... We're actually a point down. So our goal is going to be minus 14, ultimately, because we've ditched these goods. So I am sorry. I will keep that in mind. Minus 14. So we only have 64 gold to count to our win total, and you'll notice that is only 1.5 points. So our gold total is actually, right now, as of now, 1.5 points. So we only have 8.5 points, which is fascinating. So I'm going to keep that in mind. We have 78 gold, but he's going to take a penalty of 14 of that because of these things that he sold at the beginning of the game. So, okay, we're still sort of in this. There's still a game to be had here. So let's see what the King's Soldiers need. You can score more than 1 VP. You may score multiple VP. So we have to turn over a medium or... Well, I actually have changed this to any weapon just because it's sort of vaguely... Because the soldiers actually don't have medium or heavy weapons. The soldiers carry light weapons anyway. So I figured, you can turn over any weapon at that point. So any weapon... And for 4 less points, he would have 6. For 4 less gold, he would have 60 gold. And 60 gold would still keep him in the 1.5 VP. So he can still score a VP literally by turning over, say, his shield, maybe? Which is 7 points. What if he has minus 21? 57 points. Just enough to not lose him any more points. So if he turns in his shield, he will score a point there. And then I say he kills the bandits. And that's going to end it. So we will... Let's write that move. So he's going to move to the house. A trade phase, I suppose, would be worthwhile. I mean, he'll hide once and then move to the bandits, and try to score these all in one fell swoop. We will do the turns for the wizard, and so we ran last time, so we're not in there. And we cannot kill a tremendous armored creature is really the problem. So we're going to move to 3, I believe. And then we'll move out to 5. That's all. I mean, we're just going to get out of dodge for now. And we'll see. And maybe the captain doesn't score, right? And so we will make our way back down. If we'd have rolled better on old bones, we might have scored both of these. But as it stands, so as it stands, hold on. Let's look at old bones here. So there's a treasure there, right? What is roaming around the old bones? Tremendous dragon. We rolled a 2. Get the large treasure that is here. To gain the treasure, defeat him or remain hidden and search until you get a discovered result. Done. You know what we're going to do? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go for it. We can cast sleep if we need to. So we are going to move to 3. That's fine. Because we have to. And then, do we have anything? Yeah, you know what we're going to do? We are going to hide and rest. Done. That's what we're going to do for now. So that's the first thing he has done. The Saracen, can he score points? So he's got mountain. Oh, yeah, no, he can't score those points. Those points are going to kill him. Let's take a look at the Saracen sheet. He has no hidden paths in the mountains. Paths in the mountains. He needs 6, 3, and 1, and he'll score 2 points. So that'll be 8 points. It is definitely not safe. It's definitely not a good look for us here. So what I think I'm going to do is, so here's what I think I'm going to do. So what I am going to do is I am going to hide once, and I am going to rest 3 times, and then I'm going to use an extra search. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to be safe here. I'm going to try to find this path, and I'm going to try to get back enough chits to run away from the snakes if I have to, which would be these. But that's going to take 4, and technically it really takes 6 rest phases to get this done. That's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, we do not have a large treasure. If we had a large treasure, we could sacrifice it on the altar or the shrine and get that done, but we do not have that yet. So that's what we're going to do. This is day 22, and we're ready for our monster roll here. This is the last week. Let's see how it goes. It's 5. So spiders and imps, I should say. Spiders and imps. The captain's first. All his boys are following him, so no need to even worry about where they draw. We just put them right afterward. So the captain, unhidden, is going to move into the house. He is going to dutifully turn over his shield, which puts that here, and makes his end of game penalty minus 21. But that does score him soldiers. The king's soldiers. That is his 7th card point. And as long as he stays above 55 gold, he will keep that half a point, which is not going to matter. He then hides, which is technically an extra phase, but he does hide, and then him and all his boys roll in. We'll check to see, does he have any... Nope, no fatigue counters done. He rolls into the soldiers, and if he can kill the soldiers tonight, that wins the game. Or not the soldiers, the rogues, the 3 rogues here. That finishes the game. Done. It is now the wizard's turn. The wizard's going to go here. Hide once, rest once. He fails to hide. But he does get to rest. And he will rest that chit because it's paired already. And Stink is going to bring a spider, but all the spiders are dead. Or on the board. I think dead. I think we've killed all the spiders. I don't see any. No, so it looks good. We're quiet there. So he is done, and then the Saracen is going to hide once. So we'll roll the hide and rest 3 times. So here's his hide, and he is hit today. I don't think anything's just patter, so there's nothing there to work anyway. We're going to use 2 to bring that there, and then 1 to bring back that guy's, because we're going to need all of those. And then we're going to search, and we want to roll a 3, 2, or 1 to find, and he gets a 3. So he does find this path 4 to 6. So it's mountain 4 to 6. Done. He's found it, and that's his day. And now it is the fateful final battle. 3 rogues versus our boys here. So he can only do medium damage. He can only do medium damage. He's the dangerous one, technically. So we could literally put him here. And he will be hit every time. And we could put him here and put him down there. And again, I don't think it matters what side he plays on, because this guy, the best he can do is medium star. Because these guys are armored, that becomes medium because we kill the star. These guys are heavy, so their swords cannot pierce through the armor enough to kill our guy. This guy, because it's just a random roll as to what the heck's going to happen here. I'll put a pikeman up and a pikeman there. And we will even play a move. Let's see. Do we have any of these? 4. So if we play an M3, we will indeed hit him and kill him. So we'll do that. And we will put that in the 3rd slot. So we're going to deploy. If you recall, we can deploy to do multiple of our denizens against 1. The last guy deployed becomes the target. The other ones become attackers. You can play them on either side, but they will flip and move based on a random roll as though they were a monster. These guys, because they're on their own sheets, do not move. So let's roll and see where he ends up. 3, so he's going to end up there. Does he flip or not? He doesn't. He does flip, so he flips over. Done. What about the assassin? The assassin goes to the bottom. Does he flip over? He does not. The archer, does he flip? Where does he go? He goes down to the bottom. Does he flip to his dangerous side? He does not. So this is the easy one to adjudicate. These attacks, well, now let's adjudicate it, darn it. We'll move both of these guys. So it's 6. So he goes down and he goes up. And a 5. So he goes down 1. Does this guy flip? Yep. Second guy flip? Yep. Third guy, the crossbowman, does he flip? He does. But long weapon goes first. The crossbowman hits first. He rolls 2 dice on the missile table. He gets a 4. That's -1 level. That's going to be heavy, medium damage. The crossbowman actually gets the kill before the captain. Everybody else misses. The captain fatigues a fight chit. He'll move that one. These 3 guys, we're going to now deploy them. Barely matters. We're going to deploy them here just like this. He'll be, oops, he's the defender just like that. He'll remain on his own sheet, and I will fight next to him. Done. So the captain's going to try to get a quick shot off. This guy remains in the top, and regardless if he flips or not, he's going to die at the hands of the great swordsman. He does flip and die. We fatigue again. Over here, this guy goes down here and does the assassin flip. He does not. These two crews. So this is a 2, so that means the top and bottom swap. This is a 1, he stays up top. Do they all flip? So we'll just go straight down. 1, no. Oops. Crossbowman does. Doesn't really matter. And he does not. And then the great swordsman does not. So what happens is these guys all miss. The crossbowman still hits because he doesn't intercept. He intercepts, not undercuts. And he needs to roll. I think it's still a 4, 3, 2, or 1, but he will not kill. So there you go, done. Sure, the well, I hate to say it, but what we'll actually do is we'll just swap him in as an attacker, and that's going to guarantee a kill this round, because if you look, there's no possible way these guys can't all overlap. It doesn't matter which side they go to, they're still going to do more than medium damage, and he still cannot generate the heavy damage to kill him, and so the last guy is killed by one of the soldiers. So we're going to get 8 total prowess for that fight. We are going to get 4 total gold for that fight. We are going to get, let's see, banditry. 1 VP, and you can return to a dwelling for a 10 gold reward. But we'll just take 1 VP. That's our second VP there. That gives us 8 card points and a total of 10.5 points. So the captain on day 22 wins the 3-man sprint. I definitely think. So that's it. This is a short one, of course. We fought 2 interesting battles of the Saracens sort of half fight, since we screwed that up. Gave him the do-over, which is like the anti-mulligan. We actually got to the truth of the matter. The captain is a absolute beast, especially in this mode where, he can hire early the guard or the soldiers and just run rampant through the realm. And you got to understand that combat ability is not the be-all and end-all in the quest game, since a lot of it's mobility around the board. But what the combat ability gives you is the ability to move with impunity. So if you have a group of soldiers and guardsmen at your behest, then not hiding isn't quite as much of an issue. Now, again, we lost early guardsmen with our giant fights and our dragon fights. But these later fights are all things which are entirely in the wheelhouse. We got bats, goblins, bandits in this case, are all 100% in the wheelhouse of that kind of crew. And the soldiers just gut those guys, and we're a winner. Saracen had a good game. The Wizard had a surprisingly bad game. I usually do really well with the Wizard in this variant of the game. This time, not so much. So it goes to show you that it's not, there's no guarantees. So I don't know. I don't know if the captain has too much of an advantage, the main issue is the only thing you can really take away from him is the extra power of the 1 die on hide rolls. And the answer to that is, well, that's great, but it's only going to take maybe another day or two to actually get his roll. So maybe you do that, and he starts with a little bit of a handicap because he spends 2 or 3 days trying to hire the guard. I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't care. We'll see. We'll keep playing until I feel it's not worth it to do. We'll just keep him as he is. The Saracen, I think, is a really good character, really interesting, had a good game. Died because of a bit of unluck. 1 hide roll instead of 2. That one failed. He got Power of the Pit. He got Terror. So all that really comes down to a fairly low chance, actually, of all that happening. But it did happen. That's how Magic Realm goes. And the Saracen was then crippled. But it doesn't really matter because I think the captain had that one in the bag anyway. Like, he could have been perfectly healthy and have killed that demon, and then he still is going to take 2 or 3 or 4 days to actually execute any of the rest of his strategy. Like, he could have scored 10, but it would have been the rest of the game, and the captain was going to score it on day 22. So that's it. Thank you. I appreciate the comments, of course. Thank you, East Paladin, for pointing out the Saracens living, since it turned that into at least an interesting fight, if nothing else. And for the rest of you that have popped in on Magic Realm, I appreciate it. I hope you stick around. We got tons of runs, a weird amount, frankly. Tons of runs. And obviously, I welcome comments. And if you have any ideas for new formats or characters that you're dying to see or whatever, fire them in the comments, and we will see if we can get to them. Thank you very much. I will talk to you. I'll see you next one sometime this week, maybe. All right? Bye-bye.